Steve here with the 𝗏𝗓𝗠𝗓.com, the channel where we help cleaning business owners scale their businesses with systems, controls, tools, and resources. Have you ever thought or considered adding commercial cleaning to your residential cleaning business? Well, you know, it's a pretty good move to make because, as you all know, when the COVID-19 hit, a lot of the residential clients have just put everything on hold and really essentially shut down any residential business. So, you know, adding commercial is a good idea, but there's a few things you want to think about. You know, the first thing that you want to do is that you have to think about who's going to be running the residential side of your business. Because no matter if we're running a residential cleaning company or a commercial cleaning company, we have to have focus. If we're not focused, we can't be successful. So that's the first thing you got to think about. And anybody that's been watching any of these videos and are a member of the Janitorial Store, you know I'm always talking about having a systems reliant business rather than an owner reliant business. So, you know, really that's the best way that you can make a transition into the commercial sector, is by having all your systems in place for the residential. It has to be able to run without you. Meaning, or you could have another person that's there that could run that business. But that's very important. You have to, because otherwise you're not focused on one individual business at a time. I've seen this many times, and I've talked to many cleaning business owners that are residential cleaning businesses that want to go into the commercial space, and they just end up getting so stressed out because they can't manage running both of them at the same time. They're just juggling balls. So you don't want to do that. Have somebody that's going to run the residential, or have somebody start the commercial piece of it, and let each of you focus in on what you're specifically doing. Otherwise, like I say, you're going to be juggling balls. You may say, oh, well, we've been doing that forever. Well, it's not probably the best way to run your business either. But anyway, that's the first thing you have to do, is make sure that you have focus and that your residential cleaning business can maintain and continue to grow without all your focus on it. Something else you got to think about is who's your target market. Just like your residential side of your business, you have your target market. Well, you have to have that for your commercial too. So what is it? Is it going to be professional office? Is it going to be medical, industrial? Is it going to be manufacturing? Which sector are you going after? Or are you going to go after 2 or 3 of them? So you have to decide on that before you even pull the trigger on this. So once you decide that, you really want to know something about those sectors. Very, very important. If you don't know anything about them, you want to do some research before you pull the trigger to open up that commercial side of the business. You have to understand those sectors. Now, everybody will say that cleaning is cleaning, and for the most part it is. But when you start getting into these different sectors, there are different systems that you need to have in place. So the next thing that you want to think about is pricing. Your pricing is totally different on the commercial side of the business. So on the residential side, you typically are going to be pricing everything by the hour. That's how you're going to arrive at your price point. And that's fine. Now you can do the same thing for the commercial, but that per hour price is not going to be anywhere near that residential price. Some of your residential pricing you're going to see anywhere from $30 to $55, $60 per hour. There's no way you're going to get that on the commercial side. You're probably going to be somewhere around the $25 to $35 per hour on the commercial side. So you have to know that, and you have to understand your market. So that's what you probably want to do, is when you're doing your pricing research, go ahead and do some market research to find out what our commercial cleaning companies charging in your service area. But it's very, very important. Now, one of the things too is when we start talking about pricing is that, you know, we typically would use our production rates to associate a time per clean, and that's very important because our production rates from residential to commercial are way, way different. Our commercial rates may be 3 to 4 times higher than the residential rate. Over here, we might be sitting at around 700 to 1,000 square feet per hour for a general clean, for a bi-weekly general clean for residential. On commercial, when we're looking at a 5-day per week service, you know, we're probably looking anywhere from 32 to 3,500 square feet per hour, so it's a huge difference. So when you're considering that, you have to make sure that we're not sending residential cleaners over to do commercial work, because they'll take way too long. Even though you set your mark, the time to clean, those cleaners will always go over because they're used to doing such detailed work over here for the residential. I'm not saying you're not doing detailed work, you are, but you're just doing it in a different way. So that's something you have to consider, because otherwise you'll just lose your profits if you can't do things profitable. So keep that in mind. Your pricing is very, very important. Now, I also talk about cleaning systems. Over on the residential side, you may have solo cleaners. You may have people that work as a team of 2, 3, and maybe even 4. But the most common is a team of 2 on the residential side. Well, on the commercial side, what you may have is that you'll have solo cleaners that are using zone cleaning, and then you can also do team cleaning, where that could be a team of 2 people or up to 4 or more. Each of those cleaners are a specialist in their area. Where those production rates, we can get 7,000–8,000 square feet per hour. So that's pretty impressive. So it's very important for you to understand what actual team cleaning is. The other thing is that we may have another cleaning system that we might do collaborative cleaning. That's where we're working with the client on getting the cleaning done. So you have to understand your cleaning systems, and you have to know which one's the right one to use on a commercial space. You might even use a combination of both, but in any case, you have to know what those systems are. So what you can do is got a simple solution for you. Go to the 𝗓𝗘𝗢𝗏.com. We have videos on different cleaning systems and how to price, and how to do marketing, and everything that you need to know about commercial cleaning. So when you go over there, I would suggest that you go into the bidding and estimating, because that's really where you're going to learn how to do your sales and where you might be pricing things at and learning more about production rates. But you have to do that. So that's a great resource, the 𝗓𝗘𝗢𝗏.com. And now when you get over there, there's going to be a much more that you can use. In fact, once you start understanding your pricing and setting your price point, you're going to be able to use that price point on the calculators. We have bidding calculators. We have 11 of them. So there's multiple calculators based on what specific job that you're doing. We have a janitorial bidding calculator. We have one for cleaning and disinfecting. We have one for floor care, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of tools there for you to use, so I highly recommend that you go there. Take the learning curve out, because you really need to get some help. And that's one of the best places that I know of that has accurate information, is from people that have been doing this for a very long time, that have built successful cleaning companies in multiple states. So you're not getting some advice from somebody from Facebook where the advice may be questionable. In many cases, it really is. So that's probably the best advice I have for you, is to go to the 𝗓𝗘𝗢𝗏.com and get your information there. So hopefully you found this of some value, and if you did, go ahead and make a comment and share it. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe, and remember to turn on the bell notifications so you get notified for any new videos that we put out to help you build your successful cleaning business. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.